Hello guys. I wanted to give you guys an update video on what's going on with me and the future of the channel. There's gonna be no real heavy editing here, so you guys can just listen to the audio in the background while you go and do something. First and foremost, I'm not quitting or anything of the sort, but there are going to be some pretty big changes going forward. If you guys were there for my Best Team for ORAS stream or any of my streams recently, you probably noticed that I got a character change and a mascot change. Truth be told, to keep it blunt, I feel I've outgrown my previous custom character and previous favorite Pokemon too, as I've used the same character for the last 8 years or so. I'm tired of the design and feel it doesn't really fit me anymore as a person, and I wanted to change my appearance to something I'm more comfortable with. As far as Miss Magius goes, I've really started to like this Pokemon a lot over the past few years, hence why I started Miss Magius. But I wanted the change to be apparent on Mystic Umbreon too, as it just makes me feel more comfortable as a creator, and it makes me feel better about looking at myself as an avatar. For Mystic Umbreon's channel name, the name is staying the same, and so is my icon. Quite frankly, I am Mystic Umbreon, and it's the name every one of you has known me for years. So, for the sake of simplicity and branding, I am keeping the name the same. I will be changing my channel banner at some point, but I haven't decided on a direction I want to go in as of yet. So yeah, new character, new mascot, but keeping the name for simplicity's sake. The second elephant in the room is the compilation videos. I've been posting them for the past 5 months or so, and the reasoning for that is simply due to burnout, and just me not really having that same spark as I used to. I talked about burnout last year, but it's been really hitting me as of late. For some of you that don't know, I am blessed to do YouTube as my full-time job. Not everyone has this opportunity, and I have been given an astronomical gift by all of you lovely viewers. And before I go any further, I wanted to genuinely say thank you for sticking by me for all these years, even as I go through my burnout phase. Over the past few years or so, I've been doing a lot of reflecting as a person and as a creator. And one thing I have caught myself doing is sometimes I get so obsessed in trying to please an algorithm that I forget you guys are human with genuine feelings. And I just primarily focus on numbers. So much so that I feel my content has gotten stale and repetitive. And hell, I've even received comments saying that. To be honest, I don't even refute the claim. Over the years, I have recycled the same content over and over again. And for a long time, it worked. In fact, in some aspects, it still does. But as I've grown older, I realized I am bored with doing the same thing. And it doesn't really help that Pokemon just doesn't seem as fun as it used to be. I'm a little excited for Legends ZA, but I'm hesitant because the Pokemon company just seems to be more focused on making money nowadays. The past few Pokemon games just feel rushed and incomplete. Sure, there were some good things about them, but they just don't have that same feeling anymore like when I first started creating. This is honestly an entire video topic in its own right though, and I would love to delve more into this at a later date. But for now, let's get back to the update. The last time that I genuinely had a lot of fun creating content, it's been a while. I can't really give a specific time frame, but you get the idea. I've had some fun, don't get me wrong. I do get excited in creating Best Team still, but more so for the older games. If you've noticed, I only really focus on the older games because those are the ones I enjoy the most. And most of you guys also echo the sentiment with the viewership. The older games tend to do pretty well on the channel, so it's a win-win most of the time. But even then, there's only so much I can do over and over until not only I get bored, but you guys get bored too. I also have a fear that if I do content that I specifically want to do, then the algorithm isn't going to promote it. Viewership is down, and you know what? That's my fault. Sometimes that just happens. I am forced to do content I don't want to do for the sake of paying the bills. Sometimes those compilation videos are better for me because they get viewership and they're more algorithm friendly. If anything, I just get into survival mode because sometimes I legit don't know what to post. And like I said, I need something for the bills. I get it though. It's boring and you have every right to complain. I'm only saying these things because I just want to be transparent with you. I don't want any sympathy, nor am I seeking anything. I just feel like I owe you guys an explanation. Nothing more, nothing less. I do have a brand new video coming out this weekend that I think the vast majority of you will enjoy, and I kind of spoiled it earlier. I remastered the ORAS Best Team. I felt after 8 years, it needed a touch up, like bad. It took me hours of gameplay, research, and prep though. And if anything, I did have a little fun. But sometimes these projects just feel like boring college research papers. I've always done the heavily researched topics though, without really integrating my personality into it. Sure, maybe a little bit, but I've only really focused on the topics that do really well without really looking within and figuring out what I wanted to do. I want to remaster some of these best teams for you all, but I'm questioning myself, asking, is this what I really want to do? Right now, I don't really have an answer. Maybe by the end of Legends ZA I will, or maybe in a few months when you guys see me redo like Alola or something. I would say the content that I enjoy doing the most currently are discussion videos, and honestly, doing viewers teams from you guys. In fact, for the next 4 months or so, I'll be covering viewers teams again. They're very little research, and I do enjoy covering those because I get to know you guys a little more, and of course it brings out interaction. Recently, I did create a community post asking for some teams from you guys. So if you want your team shouted out, comment your team on that post. The cutoff for that will be on June 7th. Before editing out these teams though, I want to get your opinions on something. I am also exhausted of editing. To me, the editing is the most exhausting part of the job, but I actually want to showcase your teams and talk about them. So I have a proposition for you all that will not only lighten up the load on me, but it can also give you guys more content at the same time, while also still somewhat keeping the quality intact. I want to start uploading multiple times a week again, like how we used to a couple years ago. We were so consistent, constantly posting 3 videos a week, and I would love to get to that point again. The problem is the editing and cost of editing. So, for these viewer team videos specifically, I'm thinking on this for the best team, but I'll let you guys know how I feel later and just if you guys are vibing with the idea or not. I wanted to get a layout created for these viewer teams, pretty much displaying each mon with some TCG art, having a spot where you can see the moves, the location of where to get them, trainers they do well against, etc. With this, all I would have to do is hop into Photoshop, do some slight editing on the layout, and then it's done. It wouldn't be like the full layout like 100% of the time, but it would be the majority of the vid with like a couple of images popping in from time to time if I need to really iterate on a certain point. So like there would be like minimal editing in the places that need the editing to like showcase the point that I'm talking about, if that makes sense. I would be able to pump out more content for you guys. And viewers teams is something we all enjoy for the most part, because every piece of content is original and you guys get to get involved, which I absolutely love. With that said, that would also take away the need for me to upload compilation videos. I might still do them every once in a while, like say if I have like an emergency happen, but these team videos done in the simpler editing format would take away the need for me to do them for, I would say, the majority most part. So let me know your thoughts on the new editing style for these videos in the comment section below. Other videos like discussions and top 10 lists will be edited in the same exact way that I've always done them. To wrap this up, I will say that as a creator, I need to have a healthy mix of wanting numbers while also seeing the humanity in you guys at the same time. And I think the viewers teams can do that, as well as some discussion videos to an extent. Another thing that I can do is streaming. And I will say, I've somewhat enjoyed doing that. I am not sure if I will be doing it all the time though. If anything, it will be sporadic. So if you're interested, be on the lookout. I don't want to give you guys promises I can't deliver anymore because I've already done that a lot. And even now, I still feel like shit for doing it. I'm a very impulsive person, and I have started a lot of different channels that I have quit out of the blue. I am sorry I disappointed you, and I know I need to get better with that. Anywho, I don't really have an angle for this video. I just wanted to let you guys know how I was feeling and what my plans for the future were. If you made it this far, I really appreciate you for listening to me, and I hope you have an amazing weekend. Take care.